Hey, welcome back to another Silicon Direct YouTube episode. Today we'll be showing you how to apply thermal paste. Now this applies to pretty much anything that needs thermal paste. The only difference might be the quantity on how much you apply. So what do we need? It depends on what you're taking off, but in our case it's just an old 775 motherboard. The thermal paste was dry, so what we've done is we've cleaned that. We've used a little bit of isopropyl alcohol, which you can buy at any drugstore. We cleaned that off with a little Q-tip very carefully, dabbing into the Q-tip and then brushing that off. So we've got the back bracket that goes on the back, we've got a heat sink, we've got the thermal paste, we've got a screwdriver to put it all on. So what we'll do is we're going to be applying a small dab of thermal paste on here. Some people like to spread it. I don't. It's personal preference. Let me know what you think down in the comments there, how you like to apply it. But I personally have been doing this for 20 years. I've never had a problem with just applying a nice dab right in the middle. And then when you put on the heat sink, it will spread that dab accordingly, and you won't have to worry about bubbles or any of that stuff. If you actually look on the bottom of that heat sink, they've actually only got the copper. Copper's super high conductivity. They really only have a little circle area right in the center, because that's where it really matters, right in the dead center. So, all right, let's put a little dab on there. Now remember, if you don't know what you're doing, you don't know how to pull out the motherboard, seek a professional's help or get someone that knows what they're doing. You could really damage things here, so you've been warned anyway. Okay, so what we've got is right there in the processor. What I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a pea-sized dab right in the middle. So let's see here. I go pretty small pea actually. So there we have our pea-sized dab. Alright, so what we're going to do now is, our thermal paste is getting a little excited here and it's kind of oozing out the end. We'll take care of that in a second. So what we're going to do is we're going to now apply that. Nothing special. Now you just, we need the bracket on the bottom. So we will now just put that on top. When you put that on top, it will actually squeeze out and fill in that area. A lot of these heat sinks, you just snap them down. This one's a little bit older. This is an old 775 socket. Some of the newer sockets, you just snap them on. You don't need any tools or anything like that. And this also applies to video card heat sinks. Some of those will have snaps, so you might have to remove the snaps, take off the heat sinks, apply new paste. If the paste is still fresh, there's no reason to change it. You only really change it when it looks dry, and when you touch it and it doesn't goop on your finger, it doesn't get gooey, and that's when you know you need to change the paste. And a lot of times, we see computers in here all the time where they're restarting and things like that, and it's something as simple as overheating, and the overheating, this totally addresses that overheating issue. So there we go. We now have a secure heat sink. It's now perfectly applied. And there you have it. That's how you apply thermal paste. The same thing, taking off this chip, there's a couple of clips. You would just take off those clips and you'd put on thermal paste under there and just put that back. Of course, you want to clean the old stuff off. Always clean the old stuff off. Same thing applies here. A cool computer is a happy computer. So I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope you learned something. If you did, like the video and subscribe, and you can catch our next video. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you next time.